Hi guys, it's Rebecca. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's video is going to be part 2 of my makeup collection inventory series. This is usually, I think, about a 5, maybe 6-part video series, just because I really do go through every single item so you guys can see. And I hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, this is part 2. It's going to talk about my bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. Mostly the single ones. Once we start getting into palettes, like bronzer, highlighter, blush palettes, I have a different category for that called face palettes, and then I talk about those in there. So just because I'm talking about blush, bronzer, and highlighter in this video doesn't mean that that's all I have. Keep in mind that when I talk about face palettes, that's gonna include also some palettes that have a blush or a bronzer, a highlighter and a bronzer, or maybe all three: blush, highlighter, and bronzer, and eyeshadow, things like that. So without any more rambling, let's get started. Starting off with my single blushes, I have these right here. Just by looking at this, it feels like it's less than last time, but again, we won't know until the numbers are tallied up. Starting here with this one on the left side is the one from Bare Minerals. This is in the color Skinny Dip. This is what it looks like. You guys can see right there, just regular traditional bronzer. Then the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. I bought this one and I wasn't too fond of it, actually, the smell wise. Everybody said that it smelled really nice, but I was like, not with for me. This one from Becca. This is the Bronzed Bondi. I have yet to use this guy. This is the only bronzer I've ever had from Becca, but that's what this guy looks like. Very pretty. A little bit glowy, it looks like. Then this one from Marc Jacobs. It's not a bronzer, it's actually a face powder, but I bought it in a darker shade so I could use it as a bronzer. And as you guys can see, I have used it a little bit, and it works fine as a bronzer. I actually bought one of these in my shade, like to use as a face powder, and I like the consistency of the powder, so I know that the product itself I'll enjoy. This one is one of my oldest bronzers in my collection. This is from Sephora. This is like a two-tone type. You have a matte bronzer here and a glowy bronzer. For the most part, I just used to just swirl it together. For some reason though, it looks like I have worn out this side. Maybe because this side is like the glowy side. Maybe it wears off easier than the one that's matte. It's maybe more tightly pressed. I don't know, but as you guys can see, this one's a little bit lower. But yeah, I should really get onto this using this guy. This is in the color Heat Honey, and it's 8 grams, full size. So we'll see. I don't know how much more I'd have left. Then this one from Bobbi Brown. This is in the colors Stone Street, number 16. This is what this guy looks like. I've used it a couple of times. Worked okay. Then I have two from Tarte, the Park Avenue Princess. I love this bronzer. It's one of my favorite. I think it's such an easy bronzer to use, very flattering on the skin. It's gorgeous. And then this one is the Park Avenue Princess, but it's the glowy one. Is it the glowy one? Yeah, it's the glowy one. This one's matte and this one's glowy. So the way you know it's because of the packaging. So either way, I love it. This one from Smashbox. This is the Fusion Soft Lights Baked Stardust. This already has pan in it, as you guys can see. It looks nice. Then this one from Laura Mercier is just the little deluxe size bronzer. Haven't used this one before. Then two from Too Faced. This is the Chocolate Soleil. It says 2, the other one says 3 because I used to have 3 at one point. Another bronzer that's super easy to use. It smells really nice, like chocolate. It still smells really nice. And I can go through this one fairly quickly. One that's fairly newer to my collection. It's from Fenty Beauty. It's a mini. And that's what this guy looks like. What is the color in this guy? Shady Biz. It's this one. And then I have, this is the newest one in my collection. This is Laguna from NARS. And I know that it's the newest one because the packaging is different. It used to be more of a rounded shape with the white letters, and now it's very squared with the gold letters. So that's how I know that this is the newest one. Another oldie one from Lorac. This is in the color Sundays. A very glowy bronzer. And then last but not least, I have this one from Bobbi Brown. This was in the color, it's a shimmer brick. in the color bronze. This was in my products I want to use up in 2022, but I never got to it and I accidentally dug my nail in there. So that's this one. So that's it for the individual ones. For my cream bronzers, I have these two. This one is from Milk Makeup. This is the full size of the, I don't know what it's called, but the stickers covering the name here. But it's in the color Baked, and I used a little deluxe size sample of this a couple of years ago, and I really loved it. And when I saw it at Marshall's, I was like, hey, let me pick it up so I can use it again, because I really did enjoy using it. It's super easy to blend. Very, very nice cream bronzer. And then this one is from the brand Iconic London. This is a cream bronzer in the color Caramel Glow. And I've never used anything from this brand. I've never heard anybody talk about this brand. I haven't used it. I don't even know how the applicator is. It a sponge? Oh no, actually it's just a little spout thing that you guys, I guess, apply into your hand. And we'll see how this works. I enjoy using a cream bronzer every now and then. So it'll be nice to use these two. These are the blushes. I hope that everything is okay with the lighting and stuff, but you see the mirrors right here on these top three. These top three right here are from Pat McGrath. They're my most recent purchase, and I have them open so you guys can see the colors. So this first one right here is in the color, it's more of a blue toned pink, and it's in the color Divine Rose number 2. That's this one right here. So I'm gonna close it because of the reflection. Then this one right here is more of a brown, like more of a contrast between these two shades, and this is in the color Cosmic Coral. Very pretty. I have only swatched them, like I said, they're fairly recent in my collection. And then the third one, more of a peachy orangey with a nude color over here. This is in the color Aphrodite Amour. So that's this one right here. Then we have 3 of the Clinique Pop blushes. The first one in Opal Pop, which is a kind of a corally shade, like a very light nude coral. Then Melon Pop, which is a mauvey color, and then Ruby Pop, which is more of a red color. So I don't want to get them out of the packaging just because, you know, time. Then we have 2 here from MAC. These were purchased this year because of Alex from Alejandra Lizet. She panned one of these before. I think it was during the Partners in Cream, I think. It was a project pan, but she used one up completely, so I figured they must be easy to use, and they look very pretty. It's in the color, oh my gosh, I don't know, So Natural. This one right here, and then the other one, which is more corally, is in the color Cheer Up. So that's this one. Then I have 3 of Urban Decay. I forget. These are the Afterglow blushes. I have Fetish, Video, and Score. Can you guys see a trend here? A pinky, a nudie, and a peachy shade. I have these 2 from Milani. They're the rose blushes. One from L'Oreal True Match. This is actually a repurchase. I have used one of these before in the past. 2 from Laura Geller. These are very glowy blushes. This one is in the color Tropic Hues, very pretty. And the other one is in Pink Grapefruit. So very, very pretty. Then I have one from NYX. This is the Baked Blush Illuminator and Bronzer. I don't know what it's called that, but that's what it's called. I've panned one of these before and I went through it fairly quickly. Then I have 2 of the Too Faced heart-shaped box ones. This is the first one that I have here. It's a very pink one called Candy Glow. And the other one is more of a peachy one in the color Peach Beach. Let me open it so you guys can see it. That's this one right here. I used the very bright hot pink one a couple of years ago, so I still have those 2. Then this one from Makeup Revolution, the matte blush in the color Nude. Then I have 2 from Milani. One is in Berry Amour. This one is still shrink wrapped. And then this one is fairly new as well. I did pan a Luminoso blush 2 years ago, I want to say, and I loved it so much I repurchased another one. Then I have 3 from MAC, 2 full size and like a little deluxe size sample. This one is in the color Well Dressed. Very like a blue pink. Is that what it's called? Cool toned pink. And then this is Fleur Power, which is like your traditional pinky shade. Then this little one is in the color Mocha. This came in a kit that sometimes MAC comes out with like kits for the holidays, and I remember buying one of those kits from Marshalls. I have this one from Ulta Beauty. It's a very blue toned pink one. This one from Sephora. This is in the color, what is it called? Romantic Rose. I've used blushes from Sephora before and I know that I like them. Then let me go around and then I have this one from Wet n Wild, the color Icon blush in the color Apricot in the middle. This was kind of popular a few years ago on YouTube and I bought it, but I've never used it. So, story of my life. I have 3 here from NARS. This one's my newest one. I bought this one this year just because it was at Marshalls and I really enjoyed the color. It's a very, it's getting kind of washed out on camera, but it's a very light peachy color. Super, super easy to wear. Like I said, it's getting washed out really. It looks white on camera, but it actually looks kind of like the color of my skin, which is interesting to see how the color changes. Anyway, next I have Orgasm, which I have used a little bit before, but I've never really, dedicated myself to using it up. And then a little deluxe size in the color Ghoul or Goulet, and that's what this looks like. More of a berry color blush. So that's the color Goulet. You guys let me know. I have 2 here from Tarte, the Amazonian Clay, I think it's called. This one is in the color Blissful. And that's what this guy looks like. Focus. And the big size of this guy in the color Flush. It's a very, very bright pink. I'm really happy because I used to have like 5 or 6 of these Tarte ones and I only have 2 left. So very, very happy about that. Then I have these 2 boxed ones from Benefit. This is the Hervana. I love this blush. Super pretty. This is what it looks like. And I'm sad because I own a couple of the big palette blushes that they have. The full size of these in them. But they've never created one with Hervana in it. So I'm like really cherishing having this one in my collection. And then this one's fairly new compared to the other ones. This is Gold Rush. As you guys can see, I've worn out kind of like the center in the middle. But those are my single blushes. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about these 2 on the bottom. This one is from Becca. It's a full-size Becca blush in the color Snapdragon. This one's new. I have never used it before. That's what this guy looks like. And then here, a blush that I don't think I will ever use, Touch. It is just too pretty. It even comes with this little suede bag here. But it's from Dior, as you guys can see. It's super reflective. And look at that. This is so pretty. I bought this during a Nordstrom anniversary sale. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful blush. It has a little plastic here. And I don't know if I'll ever use this. This is just beautiful. Now, that is it for my single blushes. Then here I have 3 palettes that are completely just blush. And that's all they are. And then I have some other palettes here that are like duos and stuff. So I'll share with you guys those in a little bit. But for the blush ones, I have the same ones that have been in my collection from previous years. This one is from Tarte. This is the Bling It On Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. Several years old. And that's what this guy looks like. It has 5 different blushes. I have doll face in several palettes. But yeah, that's this guy. As you guys can see, brand new. They haven't even been swatched yet. And then the Becca one, this is called the Blushed with Light Blush Palette. And this one has 3 blushes. And that's what this guy looks like. Pink, mauvey, and a peachy tone nude color. I guess certain people can get by using this as a what do you call it? Oh my gosh, as a bronzer. But I think with my skin tone, I could mostly use it probably as a highlighter, maybe. We'll see. And then this one is the La Flage Long Lasting 16-Hour Blush Wardrobe Palette from Too Faced. This has 6 blushes. I almost used this as my Panda palette again because Alex was inspiring me to use this one up. She completely panned this this year. Was it this year or last year? I can't remember. It feels like such a long time ago. But I went another way with my blush selection this year. So I still have this guy along. And then I have, like I said, several palettes here. This one is from Bare Minerals. It's a blush bronzer duo. I always struggle opening this guy up. Okay, here it is. So that's what this guy looks like. Very bright orange blush and a bronzer. Very nice bronzer. Then this one is from e.l.f. This is the blush palette. However, I have one highlighter in here. I have 3 blushes here. I used up another blush and this highlighter that I had in a face palette. Since I completed the other 3, I decided to make one palette and then toss the other palette away. So technically I have 3 blushes and a highlighter. This one I feel like it's something that I could actually go through fairly quickly, but like I said, I went in a different direction with my blush selection to use up next year. Then this one from Tarte. This is the Power Couple Amazonian Clay Blush and Bronzer Duo. And I'm sorry if you guys can hear that car. This has 2 shades, the Park Avenue Princess bronzer, which I know I love. My gosh, people are spitting around here. And then the other doll face blush that I was telling you guys about from that other palette. So hopefully I can get to this guy soonish. Then I have more, well, let's talk about some drugstore stuff. This one is from e.l.f. It's a little one. This is the, does it have a name? Get on the Go Cheeky Glow in the color Spiced Apple. It's like a mini duo. It has a blush and a highlighter. I have used this before, like experimenting with it, and it looks better when I mix them together. So I think that when I come to use this guy, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna mix them together. I think they look better. Then I have this one from Wet n Wild, the Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. It has 4 different gradients. You can use them together or apart. This more is, if I concentrate on this side, I get like a glowy blush, and then of course on this side it's a highlighter. So that's this guy. Then I have another e.l.f. palette. This is the Modern Metals. I think this came in a kit and it doesn't have a name or anything, but that's just what it looks like. I have some highlighters, some bronzer, and some blushes. I don't have any bronzers here, just highlighters and blushes right here. This feels like it's something that I could probably use fairly quickly. The thing though that with e.l.f. products, you really don't know how much product is in the container because the size of it is stamped onto the packaging, and I don't keep the packaging, so that's that one. Then I have this one from also Wet n Wild, the Halo Highlighter Blush Lighter. It's a highlighter and blush. Is this one open? Yes. This is very, very like strong, very illuminating. I'll give you guys maybe a couple of swatches. Do you see that? Very, very, like I would have to be like super, super light-handed with this one. If I mix it in, my goodness, these are strong. So yeah, this is something definitely that needs to be used very, very light-handed. And then this one from I Heart Revolution, the Peach and Glow. I had kind of seen it at Ulta, and one time it was like on super discount, so I picked it up. That's what this packaging looks like. And then it's another peachy. This color reminds me kind of the Illuminoso, from a little bit darker than Illuminoso. And then here you have more of a gradient where you can make it a little bit lighter and a little glowier with the gold shade right there. So that's this one from I Heart Revolution. And then I have 2 palettes here that have blushes and highlighters. The first one from Too Faced, the Sugar Peach Wet n Dry Face and Eye Palette. I purchased this solely to use it on the face. And that's what this guy looks like. It looks like you have 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer, like a glowy bronzer. Very pretty. I haven't used it. And then the Urban Decay Afterglow palette that has blush and a highlighter. It has the Sin highlighter. I think to me this is a blush, I mean a bronzer. But these 3 for sure, well, I don't know, maybe this one could be a a blush. I don't know, I'd have to swatch them. But then Sin is one of my favorite Afterglow highlighters from Urban Decay. I really enjoy it. For cream blushes, I have these two. This one's newer in my collection from this year. This is the NYX Bare With Me Luminous Cheek Serum. I believe this is a blush. It just says cheek serum, but based on the color, I think it's a blush. I'm sorry guys, the lighting, it's coming out darker than it actually is. It's a little bit more of a reddish tone as opposed to a brown tone that you guys see here. And then the other one is from Tarte, it's a Breezy Cream Blush in the color Peach Sunset. And that's what this guy looks like. As you guys can see, I've swatched it before, but I haven't used it. This came in a kit from Sephora, and I'm excited to get some use out of this guy. And then kind of tying in together my cream blush and cream bronzer are these two, like, I guess face palettes, I guess you can say. They're from Tarte. They're from the Tarte C collection. I bought them this year. And so they, like, this one has two products, has a blush and a bronzer. I'm not going to take them out of the packaging because that's exactly how the packaging looks like on the inside. This one is in the color, I guess, Pink Sands and Seychelles. That's the name of the Pink Sands and Seychelles is the bronzer. And then this one has two cream blushes and a bronzer. The colors on these, it did say, I didn't want to take it out, but I had to. So can we see here? The blush is called Pink Sky and Peach Paradise. And then the other bronzer is also called Seychelles. So yeah, that's this one. Super reflective, very pretty packaging, but they're huge. They're like the size of my hand. So it's going to take a while to use these guys up. But I used up a ton of products this year because of my Partners in Cream project pen. So I'll be happy to use these guys up. Now for the highlighter part, these are the single ones. Again, I have some other stuff in palettes and duos and stuff, so we'll get to those eventually. For now, this is what I have. This one from MAC is the Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Soft and Gentle. This is a repurchase. I have panned one of these before. Loved it so much that I ended up purchasing it again in the full size. Then this one from Laura Mercier. It's also a repurchase. This is the Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the color Highlight Number 1. I used a little deluxe size sample of this guy and I loved it so much that when I saw it at Marshall's for only $12.99, I picked it up and I brought it to its new home. Yeah, I really enjoyed this highlighter. This one from Fenty Beauty. This is a duo in the color Mean Honey and Hustler Baby. This is what it looks like. Haven't tried it yet. Then this one from Too Faced. I have it here because it says it's a blushing bronzer. It's from the colors Pink Leopard. But when I swatch it, to me, I guess because of my skin tone, it looks more of a highlighter. I guess the bronzy highlighter picks it up more. And do you guys see that? Well, can you see? And then like once I blend it out, it looks very more glowy. Everything's focusing on the bottom here, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's why I have it in the highlighter category. Who knows, like when I start using it more often and I kind of figure out a better way to use it, if it'll stay in this category, but for now it's here. Then another one from MAC, this is from the Aladdin collection. This is the Always Jump Ahead Powder Blush. This is not a blush, you guys. I don't understand why companies do that. This is a highlighter. Beautiful highlighter. I'll probably never use this. It'll be more of a collector's item because it's really pretty. Then I have this one from Laura Geller. This is the Gilded Honey Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminator. I've never used it. Then I have 4 here from Becca. Full disclosure, I had 5, but I dropped one on the way here. It fell all over the floor and it made a mess, and there's just no way of me salvaging that highlighter. So now I have 4. And it was Champagne Pop, which I'm so sad because you guys know Becca's been discontinued, so I won't be able to repurchase that. This one right here is in the color Moonstone. I have 2 from Moonstone. This is the color right here. Moonstone is my favorite. Champagne Pop is my second favorite. And then this is the other Moonstone. Yeah. And then this one right here is Opal, I believe. Oh no, it's Champagne Pop. The other one's just so sad that I broke it. And then Toby started eating the powder and I was like, no, stop. And then this one, this is the oldest one because the packaging has changed, as you guys can see, but this is in the color Opal. Also very pretty shade. So that's that one. This one from RMS Beauty, it's a loose highlighter. It's the Living Glow Face and Body Powder. I don't think it has a color. It's just, that's what it looks like. As you guys can see, very golden shade. Then on the bottom here, I have another loose one. This one is from Artist Couture. This is the Diamond Glow Powder in the color Conceited. Also very glittery glow. Not glittery glow, shimmery glow. I wonder if I press this down, if I can make it like a pressed highlighter. Then this one from Urban Decay. This is in the color Sin. I have used this one before. I don't know if you guys can tell. I was using a fan brush to apply this to my face. And as you guys can see, it made like the little indentation from the fan brush. And I really love this highlighter. Really, really do. So sad that it's been discontinued. This mini one from Jouer. This is the Skinny Dip Powder Highlighter. That's what this guy looks like. And then Dandelion from Benefit. This is a baby one. Very, very pretty one. Also very natural. Love it. And then last but not least, I have my Tarte Amazonian Clay in the color Exposed. This is the highlighter. This is what it looks like. Also very pretty. And then might as well just show this to you guys. Now this is the only highlighter only palette that I have. It's from Too Faced. The, what is it called? The Complexion Enhancing Highlighting Palette in the color Medium. And it has 3 powders in here. You have Dazzle, which is a more glittery one. Then Soft Focus, which kind of reminds me of an Hourglass Ambient Powder. And then the shade Glow, which is, I feel like, your typical highlighting powder. Very pretty. Excited to use this guy. Here are my liquid highlighters. This is going to be kind of like the end of this section. But starting from left to right, I have almost full size everything. This one, these are the Dewdrops from Marc Jacobs. I recently, not recently, but a while back, I found them at Marshall's for $12.99. I have used a full size of these and I know that I enjoyed them. So I picked it up because I knew it was now or never. And then these two are from Cover FX. Alex sent them to me because she didn't have use for them and I really enjoyed the little sample that I used up. And so she was kind enough to send them to me. They're in the colors Moonlight and Sunlight. Will you focus? No, okay. So just know that I like them. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a liquid all day liquid glow highlighter. This is in the color Perla. I got this with purchase one time, free with purchase one time that I made a purchase from ABH. So I didn't really request this. This just kind of came free with the purchase. Then this one from Armani, the Fluid Sheer highlighter. I enjoyed this really, I really enjoy this a lot. This is kind of almost probably the oldest, one of the oldest one in my collection. I think the High Beam is the oldest one. But I really enjoy it. It's a really, really good, very subtle highlighter. I have 2 from Merit here, 1 full size and 1 deluxe size. This is the Bounce Day Glow Highlighting Balm. Very, very nice. And then I think this is the same one. Oh no, it's a different one. It's in the color Cava. So I guess there are 2 different shades. Let's compare them, shall we? So this one's Cava, this one's Bounce. Obviously one is lighter than the other. I'm excited to try them. Oh, I really thought that they were both the same product, just different size, but no, they're both the full size. So Cava is the more pinky one, whereas the Bounce is more of a golden one. So I'm excited to try them. Then I have this Shape Tape Glow Wand from Tarte. And then I have the mini one because I bought a Shape Tape mini concealer and it came with the mini one. They're both in the color Alight. Yes, these really two are the same color. Why are you, there it is. There you go. So I'll probably use this one first and then this one, just because this one's easier to go through, I think. And then I have a mini one here from Nude Sticks. This is the Nudies Illuminati. Play on the word naughty. And this is really, really a white highlighting stick. I think though, once you apply it on the face or on your body, wherever you apply it, it shears out, obviously. I don't think it'll be like a very blue toned highlighter. And then, like I said, my oldest one from my collection, the Benefit High Beam. I've used many of these before, like the little ones before, and I enjoy it. I just never really got around to wearing this one, but I know that I do like it. And then this one from MAC, this is the cream color base in the color Shell. I used, I think, Pearl, if I'm not mistaken, earlier, last year or the year before last, maybe the year before last. And I went through this one super fast. I really enjoyed it, and I had been wanting to try Shell. So I went ahead and I purchased it, and hopefully I'll like it as much as I did Pearl. But those are my cream highlighters. And there you have it, guys. Those are my items for blush, bronzer, and highlighter category. I don't have total tally yet because I am waiting to finish filming the whole series. That way I can start comparing numbers from this year to last year. And the reason why I don't have them yet is just because I'm doing this in segments. I'm not filming my whole collection in one day. Usually that's what I do, and that way I have tallies, you know, by the time each video goes up. But unfortunately, just because this year I haven't had time, you know, this is how I could do it. But I will have tallies at the end of the series, so stay tuned. I hope you guys keep up with the updates for my inventory in each category, and I hope you guys enjoy, even though I don't have tallies until the end. So for now, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.